Hey guys, so I just finished watching the epically long Peter Jackson King Kong 4K extended cut edition. 3 hours and 20 minutes of King Kong. It was really long. King Kong, directed by Peter Jackson, starring Naomi Watts, Jack Black, Adrian Brody, Andy Serkis, Jamie Bell, Kyle Chandler, and Colin Hanks. Now, when I first saw this movie at the theatre, I walked out of there stunned. I love Peter Jackson. His Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy are just absolutely epic fantasy filmmaking at its finest. Some of my favourite movies of all time. Peter Jackson's pedigree, starting from horror with Bad Taste and Meet the Feebles. He's always been one of those directors that I've always kind of really admired. And with King Kong, he's just kind of cemented himself as one of my all-time favourite directors. This movie is amazing. It, like I said in the opening, the extended cut is 3 hours and 20 minutes long, so it is not a short film you can just whack on and just kill the afternoon with. It was a solid haul. I put it on about midday, just 12:30. It's just on 4 o'clock. I did stop to make some lunch, but man, it kind of kills the whole afternoon. But I did enjoy this film so much on 4K HDR. God damn, this movie is pretty. If you've seen the movie, you know what that means. Beautiful. So the original King Kong came out in 1933, starring Fay Wray. Absolute classic. This movie was so cool. God, it was pretty. The HDR, oh my God. The opening scenes on the island where the crew and passengers of the Venture actually reach Skull Island and come across the natives. That's some really, truly scary shit. It actually plays like a horror movie. Peter Jackson actually does dive into his horror roots and delivers something really creepy and intense and quite disturbing. The natives that they used, the extras, were just made up to look so creepy, and it was done wonderfully well. Fire burning everywhere, it's dark, and the fire is just eye-poppingly gorgeous. The HDR is just bringing out really rich colours, and the contrast between the really rich darks and the amazing visuals. So pretty. All the scenes on Skull Island with the dinosaurs and the horrible insects which are trying to eat people alive. The stampede, the underwater monster which attacks them, strictly from the extended edition only. Just done so beautifully well. There is some dodgy elements in the stampede of the brachiosaurs when they're chasing the guys all down through this crevice. There is some... You can see the seams, the rough edges of the special effects a little bit in that scene, but that's really the only major part that I kind of saw as a detractor. Still freaking gorgeous, but pretty much every scene on Skull Island, amazing visually, just absolutely stunning. And King Kong himself, just with the scarring and the paws and the fur, the quality of this transfer is just out of this world. It's insanely clear and so pretty. But it's a long slog. It's pretty much only about 50 minutes left of the film to go by the time they reach New York, out of a 3 hour and 20 minute cut. And once they do reach New York, absolutely stunning once again. The cityscape and the night scenes and the way the city comes alive at night with all the lights and the snow, and visually once again just amazing. And what Peter Jackson actually did with the special effects, taking it back to Depression era New York. Amazing. So when this film came out, it did get a lot of negative reviews. A lot of people found it boring, too long. Okay, it's too long. But I don't know how anyone could say this movie is boring. It's a monster flick, an epic monster flick. There's so much action and carnage and monster mayhem, and King Kong takes on 3 Tyrannosaurus Rexes, for God's sake, falling off a cliff and down a ravine, swinging off ropes, ripping jaws open. This crazy shit. Boring? Not boring. Fantastic stuff. And I love my special effects and my monster movies, but this is just world apart. It's epic. It's absolutely fun, crazy good. It's a really rollicking good time at the theatre. The only drawback is it's freaking long, like I keep saying. I feel really drained, but That's the beauty of watching it on a home video format. You can pause it at any time and have a break. Stretch your legs, go to the loo, have lunch, whatever. Pause it, have a break. It pretty much is the norm these days. Like 3-hour movies, most of the DC movies clock in at over 3 hours nearly already. So this is just before its time, that's all. Peter Jackson, King Kong, 4K Extended Edition. Absolutely gorgeous. If you've not picked it up, pick it up. It's fantastic. So there you have it. King Kong. Awesome, awesome movie. Stunning on 4K HDR. Absolutely worth a double dip if you already got it. A true homage to the original 1933 classic, which I also love. It's so fantastic. If you've not seen that one, man, get on it. It's really cool. All those stop motion effects. It's just cutting edge for its time, but there's just a real sense of fun to it. And it's just a great adventure movie. Not as long as this one. I really do keep running on about the runtime, I know, but honestly, it's not a problem. I love it. So, King Kong. Get it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out my channel. Throw me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more of this lovely content. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.